Try it right now. Dig your fingers into your own ribs, your neck, the bottom of your foot. Go on. Nothing, right? Stone cold. You just feel a little silly. But the second someone else does the same exact thing, you come apart. Same fingers, same ribs, completely different result. So, what is your brain actually doing here? First surprise. Tickling isn't one thing, it's two. Back in 1897, two psychologists surveyed hundreds of people and split it into two types with gloriously nerdy Greek names. The first is kimesis, the light, feathery, almost itchy kind, a bug walking on your skin. It makes you twitch and want to scratch, but it doesn't make you laugh. The second, gargalesis, the heavy, helpless, laughing and writhing kind. That's the one we actually mean when we call someone ticklish. And here's the strange part. You can give yourself the light, feathery one. Drag a fingernail down your arm. There it is. But the big laughing one, you physically cannot do it to yourself. And neither can anyone else to themselves. Your first instinct is that the problem is in your skin, that your own touch is somehow gentler. It isn't. The block isn't in your hand at all. It's upstairs in your brain. Every time you move, your brain sends out a command, and it keeps a copy of that command for itself. Scientists call it an efference copy. Think of it as your brain CCing itself on every move you make. Your brain uses that copy to run a lightning fast prediction. Given that I'm about to do this, here's exactly what it's going to feel like. It forecasts a sensation before it even arrives. And because the forecast is dead on, your brain quietly turns sensation down. Predicted touch gets canceled. That's why your own hand feels like nothing. This isn't just a nice story, it's a now classic set of studies. Researchers at the University College London, Blakemore, Walpert, and Frith put people in brain scanners and tickled them two ways, by their own hand and by a machine. When the touch came from outside, the brain lit up. When the exact same touch was self-produced, those same areas lit up noticeably less. Your brain literally turns down the volume on you. The touch processing parts of your brain and a region tied to how much you care about a sensation both got dialed down for self-touch. The signal arrives, your brain just shrugs it off. And the prime suspect doing the forecasting, the cerebellum, a region that's brilliant at predicting the consequences of your own movements. Here's the cleanest way to think about it. Your brain is a spoiler, a relentless, can't help itself spoiler. A tickle works on surprise, your nervous system reacting to something it didn't see coming. But when you do it yourself, your brain has already shown you the ending. There's no surprise left to react to. It's basically your brain sending a memo to the rest of your body, relax, it's only us. Nothing to see here. The alarm never goes off. Someone else's fingers are unpredictable, so the alarm blares and you lose it. Your own fingers are the most predictable thing in the universe. So, silence. Same fingers, opposite outcome. Your hand isn't boring. Your brain just refuses to be surprised by it. This connects to something Darwin noticed well over a century ago. For tickling to actually work, you can't know exactly where or when the touch is coming, and you have to be in a light, playful mood. The more unpredictable the touch, the more ticklish it is. The more predictable, the less. It's a sliding scale, and your own hand is pinned at the totally predictable end. And no, you can't outsmart it by surprising yourself. The memo went out the moment you decide to move. Your brain is always one step ahead of your own hand. So that's the answer. Your brain cancels the predictable. Case closed. Except the same researchers asked a sneaky follow-up question. What if you could break the prediction? They built a tickling machine. You move it with a lever with one hand, and a robot arm tickles your other palm. At first, still nothing. Your brain predicts the robot just fine because you're driving it. But then they added a tiny delay, just a fraction of a second, between your movement and the robot's touch. Now the forecast doesn't line up with reality anymore. And the ticklishness comes back roaring. The bigger the mismatch, a longer delay, or changing the direction of the touch, the more ticklish it gets. The prediction broke, so surprise return. So you actually can tickle yourself. You just have to fool your own brain into not seeing it coming. And here's where a goofy party trick turns into something genuinely profound. This prediction system isn't really about tickling. It's about how your brain tells the difference between you and everything else. Every sensation gets a silent tag. Did I cause this, or did the world? Researchers call it a kind of non-self detector. It's a huge part of how you feel like a single you in control of your own body. Now, in some people whose sense of self and agency works differently, including in conditions like schizophrenia, with certain symptoms, this prediction system doesn't dampen self-touch the way it usually does. And remarkably, some of those individuals can tickle themselves. Their brain isn't quietly tagging the touch as just me, which is exactly why studying something as silly as tickling quietly teaches us about the sense of self. So the real answer is better than your skin is different. Tickling, the big laughing kind, is fundamentally social and built on surprise. It needs another agent in your brain, can't perfectly predict. And the canceling isn't a bug. It's incredibly useful. If you reacted to every sensation you caused yourself, you'd be overwhelmed by your own body. Being predictable lets you notice what actually matters, the unexpected. You can't tickle yourself because to your brain, you are the one thing in the world that's never a surprise. A couple of things you can actually try. The light, feathery tickle. You can give that to yourself. A fingernail down the forehead does it and doesn't need surprise. But the big laughing kind needs unpredictability, which means another person or some clever delay between your move and the touch. Take away the prediction and the tickle wakes back up. So the dead, boring feeling of your own touch isn't a glitch. It's your brain doing the constant, invisible work to keep you focused on the world instead of yourself. So the next time you jab yourself in the ribs and feel absolutely nothing, don't take it personally. Your brain saw it coming. It always sees you coming. It's everyone else it can't predict.